Hello again, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I am going to be talking about all about some favorite items of mine that are not makeup related today. So I hope you enjoy. Just hang out with me and let's get started. Okay, so some of the things I'll talk about today I physically have and some of them I don't. So just bear with me depending on the different things that aren't here. The first thing I'm going to mention is kind of random. It is this pot and pan, or it is this pan set from the brand called The Place, I believe. I was gifted it from my old employer as like a housewarming gift when we moved out here last year. And it is by far our favorite pan we've ever owned. We've definitely considered looking into getting another one, just so that we have like multiple for like all of our dishes. First thing to mention is that it is on the heavier side. If you're like me and you just have like wrists that aren't very strong, maybe from like an old injury or something, it does take a little bit of effort to pick up. But once you have it on the stovetop, it's really great. So the one thing I really love about it is the actual coating of the surface. It truly is the easiest pan I've ever had to clean. Like, things just wipe off. If something like got burned on there, you can just soak it in a little water. Things just come off so easily. The little insert tray that comes with it is meant for like steaming vegetables or like steaming things. It's really easy just to lift out of water, so that's really cool. The lid is a little modular. It has this little notch so that when you have it on the pan, you can turn it to the back where there's an opening, and you can let air steam out that way. You can also unscrew the lid, and you can make that into a little port for like steaming out. Another thing to mention is the spatula that comes with it has this little notch in it so that you can attach it on the handle, so that when you're cooking you can just rest it on there perfectly. So anyways, I really love this pan. It just makes cooking so much easier no matter what you're cooking. The cleanup is so fast. It gets hot really easily, and if I were buying it for myself, I wouldn't have bought it. But because it was a gift, I understand why this is a little more on the pricey side. So that is my first item I love. Okay, next item to mention is skincare related, not makeup. This is from the brand called PMD. It might look a little suggestive upon first glance, but this is a face micro current exfoliating head. So you charge it at the bottom here, and I have owned this for about a year and a half at this point. Now, I've charged it twice ever, like that's it. And I have used this hundreds of times. Given you're not using it for long periods of time, but it's still incredible to me that I've used it and used it and used it, and it's needed such little energy. Okay, so the little scrubbing heads, I can't think of what they're called. They pulsate at different speeds depending on which one you select. And instead of scrubbing your skin with like a sugar scrub or even using like an alpha hydroxy acid based exfoliant like chemically, this is kind of like an electric current version of exfoliating essentially. So anyways, I love doing this in the second cleanse step of my routine, but not every night. I used to do it every night, and then I just noticed like not a big change in my skin. And then when I cut back to only like 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week, then I just noticed my skin was more soft every time I used it versus it was kind of staying the same. So anyway, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. That's the first speed. That's the second. The third is kind of like a pulse, pulse, pulse. And then the fourth is boom, 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 boom. Anyways, I usually do it on the second speed. It's just sort of like a more of a constant like ooh speed. And then this one is like their rose quartz version. So on the back of the head, this is made of rose quartz, And what it's meant to do is you hit the back side button, it turns red, and it takes about, I think, 20 to 30 seconds, and the side gets hot. Well, it gets quite warm, and the intention is to maximize your skincare products by kind of helping them sink into the skin with the warm temperature. So to be frank, I don't really use that side as much because I do my cleansing in the bathroom, and then I have like my products over in my like vanity area, which is in a room. And so I don't normally use like a wet device from the sink over at my vanity, but that's just me. Anyways, I feel like they have sales every season or so, so I think I got this at like 30% off a year and a half ago, and I really love it. I'm glad I have it, and I would gift it to somebody because I love it so much. This one's kind of like a wild card one, but I thought I'd mention it just to be, you know, for fun. My favorite, I should say, one of my favorite drinks is sparkling water by Topo Chico. They have 3 different flavors. There's the original, there is a lime, a grapefruit, oh, there's one more. I think it's tangerine. That one like just came out this year. Anyways, it's just sparkling water. But it is by far like the sparkliest I've ever tried, and it hits the spot when you just want like a bubbled water to go with like your meal, or like if it's a hot day, you just want something refreshing. It is so good. I try not to have one all the time, but there's usually a few in the fridge at all times just in case, so I love Topo Chico. Okay, next up are some sun protection things that I love that are not makeup related. So when I'm in the car, I have some driving gloves and a little like face and neck protecting cloth. I still have the gloves in the car, but this one, it's kind of like a face mask, and then this bottom portion drapes around the neck and you clip it behind. I got this so that, you know, if I'm driving long distances, or maybe I'm stepping out to like maybe walk around for a while in the sun, but I don't have my sunscreen. Whoops. I can put this on and have the UV protection in the fabric protect my skin, and I don't need to put on like a cream or sunscreen or anything. And then this brand is called Coolibar. They specialize in UV protection clothing. They have a massive range of like head to toe protection. So I really enjoyed their products that I've owned from them. In addition to the gloves and the neck drape, I have a very thin material hoodie sweater that is made of that UV protection too. That's great for covering down to your wrists. So like if you're driving and you have like the sun on your arm, you can just put that on when you're, you know, in the car. Oh my gosh, my light keeps going out. Anyway, so that I would say are some of my favorite things because they are good all year round, and you know, it just feels a little bit safer knowing that like I have those just in case I don't have any sunscreen on me. Other sun related love is this hat. So I got this off of Amazon, I want to say 2 summers ago. I got it because I specifically wanted a firm brim. I wanted neck protection, and I just liked that this was a cream color so it would kind of go with a lot of different things. This one has a little ponytail slot. Anyway, so that's why I love this hat. I feel like it just is so easy to fold up, put in the car, or like put in like a bag if I'm out traveling or something. I can just put it on and know that like my forehead, the top of my head are all protected. And it has a little under the chin tie, which I have actually learned to really love. There have been quite a few times that I've been wearing this and it is gusty, and I'm like, ooh, handy I have this chin strap so it doesn't blow off. So I love this hat. I think it comes in a few other colors too, but the cream's my color of choice. Is this Sally Hansen at home gel polish cure machine. Basically you just plug it in, you push the button down, and then the little UV lights come on, and that way you can use the special UV activated polishes with it, And it works just like it would in a salon. I love this. I've had this for maybe 2.5 years at this point, something like that. And I still really love it. It works perfect. I had gotten it on sale at the time, so I think it was like $30. And I love being able to do gel nails at home and know that I can control it. Next is something else I got from Amazon a while ago. It's this pack of reusable cotton rounds. When you first get it, they come in this washable bag, sachet, if you will. And I think it comes with like a pack of 12. A lot of companies make these now, so they're not too hard to find. But I love these for like really simple small things that I need a cotton ball or cotton round for, that I feel like is going to wash away just fine and I can reuse it. I don't use these with nail polish because I tried it once and the material just wasn't the same, so I ended up just throwing that one away, and now I just use these like for toners, essences, small things like beauty related. But when I use one, I just put it in my little sachet, and when it's laundry day, I just tie this up with like a double knot, throw it in the wash and dryer, and they come out identical to how they were before. So I really love these. Highly recommend them. Next, food related. This is a hot sauce called Truff. It's a black truffle infused hot sauce. This is from Whole Foods. It's made with red chili peppers and infused with black winter truffle. This is so good. If you love truffle and you love spicy sauce, it's the perfect combination. It definitely has heat to it, so like you'll be, fanning your mouth if you're like me and you don't really eat a ton of spicy food, but you really like it. This goes great with fries. It goes great with, chicken or, chicken replacement. I think I had it with pasta at one point. Like, it kind of goes with everything. And I had seen it on the shelf for a long time and never got it. And I got it, my last shopping trip. And the grocer who was checking out my groceries in line had asked me, of all the things I was purchasing, he's like, "Oh, have you tried this before?" And I had said no, but I love truffle. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna love it." Like he quoted practically that hot sauce saying like, "I put that blank on everything." He was just going off about it. Anyways, he just was raving, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm excited." And so I got it home, tried it that night, and I love it. I'm really, really happy with this. So next thing to mention is the Nintendo Switch. Specifically Animal Crossing New Horizons, the game. Now I know that this game is classified as like a children's game, but I love it. My boyfriend got me the game originally for the 3DS. He had gifted it to me, 2DS. He had gifted the 2DS to me years ago with the Animal Crossing game. Anyways, I loved it then. And last year when they had announced that it was coming to Switch, we were so excited. Of course, we bought it, and I've basically been playing it all throughout quarantine time, when I didn't have a job, when I was working from home, and consistently played, even if it was like for a few minutes, but I would play every single day. And it's just been something that's been really fun for me to, have as a hobby and, tend to my island, and I really enjoyed it. And I've actually thought of a video idea of, like a concept of me talking about all the things I wish Animal Crossing would have. Like my ideas, like if I was, in on the meetings, be like, "Oh, let's do this." So maybe that'll be another video down the road. But yes, one of my favorites. I think that's everything that I have physically with me. The last two things to mention. The first one is the Diva Cup. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but essentially it's a reusable silicone cup to replace tampons and pads, or work in addition to, but you're meant to just be able to wash it out and then reuse it over and over again. And for me, I've been using the same Diva Cup for more than 6 years at this point. I haven't purchased any pads or tampons in the last 6 years because of it. I have bought reusable pad liners that you like hand wash, and maybe I'll mention that in like an Etsy favorites video or something. But I just thought I would mention it because if you're watching this and you've thought about buying one of the different brands of reusable like period cups or things like that, I'm 100% behind it. I wish I had discovered it sooner. It has a few setbacks, of course, like, you know, a little bit challenging to use in public. If you don't have it with you, you have to just, you know, wait. But as a whole, I have been so satisfied with mine, and I highly recommend anyone who has a period who wants a more conscious way of, and maybe vegetarianly conscious, you know, consumer aspect to it. Yeah, Diva Cup, highly recommend. Okay, and last thing to mention, kind of funny, I love milkshakes, like in general. Like, I love milkshakes from just about anywhere. I try not to have them ever because I just love sugary sweet drinks, that I just really try to limit all of my sugar consumption, but I love milkshakes. And when I was thinking about things I love, I was like, oh, I love shakes. Anyways, one of my favorite milkshakes ever maybe would be from Chick-fil-A, which is such not a place I would have before associated with such good shakes. I love their vanilla, their cookies and cream. I think they had a peach at one point. That one was good. They just have like the perfect consistency, creaminess, sweetness. Oh, so good. Delicious. I haven't had one in a few years, but they're so good, and I think about them sometimes. Oh, and then actually the really last thing to mention is this hat that I'm wearing. Boop, boop. This is a felt fabric brimmed kind of fedora-y, I don't know if that's the right term. I got this hat from my old company I used to work for. It was like a small clothing and accessories boutique, and one of the buyers for the company bought this, and they named it the Stephanie, which I always thought was so touching because I love this color, I love this style. I bought it right away, and I love wearing it. Anyways, that wraps up my list of non-makeup related favorite things. Oh my goodness. Come in. I would love to hear if you love any of my non-makeup favorites as well. And I would love to hear one thing from you that you really love that has nothing to do with makeup at all. I hope you are doing well, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.